All right. Welcome to the May meeting for the Hawaii LGBT. The Hawaii LGBTQ plus Commission. Sorry about that. Welcome, and we are starting today at 2:03 p.m. We are a commission that has been around for a couple of years now. Our commission purpose, which is from Chapter 369 Hawaii Revised Statute, says the legislature finds that there is a need to establish a body to improve the state's interface with members of the lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer plus community, identify the short and long-term range needs of its members, and ensure that there is an effective means of researching, planning, and advocating for the equity of this population in all aspects of state government. Accordingly, the purpose of this chapter is to establish a commission to provide for the statewide program on a permanent and continuing basis on the status of lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer plus individuals in Hawaii. So I am calling it to order today, and we are going to start out with our introduction roll call. I'm Sandy Harjo Livingston, the chair, and I'm here. Next, we have Vice Chair Michael Goliu Jr.
Here.
Next, we have Finance Director Shanda Brack.
I'm here, and my husband is in the room with me.
Thank you. Next, Philip Steinbacher. Is he here? No, he's traveling. That's right. Sorry about that. All right. Next, we have Dr. Kathleen Odell.
I'm here and alone in the room.
Thank you. Next, we have Joe Tolba from Maui. Is he not here? And I know Rick's not here. And next, we have Christopher Luthi, our brand new commissioner from Hawaii Island. Welcome.
I'm here and my partner is in the room with me.
Thank you, Christopher. All right. Next, we have our ex officios and
can you hear me?
Yes,
Thank you. For those commissioners who have someone else in the room, can you just note for the record that they're, not there to attend the meeting. They just, live there or whatever.
Oh, so go back to okay. So yeah. Let's see, Shanda, you can go right ahead and redo your here.
And my husband is not here to attend the meeting and actually can't even hear it, but he's in the building as well.
Thank you. And Christopher.
my partner is in the same dwelling but cannot hear the meeting and is not attending.
Thank you. All right. Next, we have our ex officios and their designees. These are non-voting members who attend our meetings. Next, we have Superintendent of Education designee Bethel Shenofinick. Sorry about that. Shenofinick, Director of the Department of Education, Civil Rights Compliance Office.
Hi, I'm here and there's no one in the room.
Thank you, Beth. Next, we have President of the University of Hawaii System designee Dr. Cameron Miyamoto, Director of the LGBTQ Plus Center, UH Manoa.
Present and alone in the room.
Thank you, Cameron. Next, we have Director of Labor and Industrial Relations designee David Rodriguez, State's Equal Opportunity Officer.
Not present.
Next, we have Director of Human Resources Development designee Signe Nakamura Deresa, EEO Administrator.
Not present.
Not present. Next, we have Director of Human Services designee Jonathan Kimura, Executive Specialist.
Not present.
Okay, next we have Director of Health designee Thaddeus Pham, MPH Viral Hepatitis Prevention Coordinator, Harm Reduction Services Branch.
Aloha, Thaddeus Pham, he, him. No one else is in the room with me.
Thank you, Thaddeus. Next we have our staff, which we love, Hanny Bulligay, Administrative Assistant, Department of Human Services. Welcome. And do we have any guests that we need to introduce? No. All right. So do we have any comment on receipt of written testimony? Distribution of written testimony not received by May 8th, 2026 at 12 p.m. is not included.
Nope.
No? All right. Next, we have member shares, concerns, and reports. You'll have about 1 minute. This is anything brought up during this session is not agenda-sized below, cannot be discussed or debated for informational purposes only. All right. Let's see. I'll go first. I'm Sandy Harjo Livingston, and I would like to introduce, is it Jerome or Jerome Oyama?
Jerome.
It's Jerome. Okay.
And he's not present.
He's not present. Okay, well, we do have a new person named Jerome Oyama. He's the new public information officer for the for the Department of Human Services. I would also like to introduce Christopher Luthi, our new representative from Hawaii Island. Thank you for joining us, and I'm very, very glad that we finally have a Hawaii Island representative. Thank you, Christopher. All right, Michael, you're next.
Okay, first and foremost is that we need to remind everybody they need to get up there and register to vote. Even though, yeah, so that is gonna something that we will talk about later in the agenda, but I did want to bring it up now in case we lose anybody throughout the time, and making sure you get all your friends out there to they register. I know I keep on bringing this up, but the Lemkin Institute has issued 3 red flag warnings since the beginning of this year about the beginning of the genocide for the transgender community. And to add insult to injury, the last week or so, the federal administration has declared any trans positive organizations as anti-American, and they are can be considered a terrorist organization. And in the cover letter, he goes, "We will seek them out and kill them all." So these are the grounds that we're working on, everybody. So people say I get a little what's the word? Feisty. It's because this is the ground we're working at, and that we need to be real allies, and allies speak up when it's the hardest. So that being said, again, the reminder that for those of us on Oahu, the Rainbow Chorus of Honolulu has their Father's Day concert. It's coming up on June 21st. And if you can sing or if you can't sing, they're still always looking for members. The information's in the board packet and was in last month's board packet as well. And another reminder is to make sure you submit your events to the Legacy Foundation's online calendar, so we do not have too many things cross competing against each other, especially as we head into Pride Month. Yeah, so that's all I have for now. Everything else will come up later in the agenda.
Thank you, Mike. Next, Philip's not here, so next is Shanda.
Aloha, I have nothing but grateful to be here.
Thank you. Next, we have Christopher.
Aloha, I have nothing but grateful to be here as well.
Thank you, Christopher. Next, we have Kathleen.
Aloha. I just wanted to say welcome to Christopher, and I hope very much that we get to meet in person sometime soon. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Okay, Joe and Rick are not here. Next, we have Superintendent of Education Designee Beth Schemelfeld.
Aloha. I have nothing to report. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have President of the University of Hawaii System Designee Dr. Cameron Miyamoto.
Hello, everyone. I just am excited to be celebrating graduation season right now, and to remind everyone that the rainbow graduation is happening for all universities and all high schools this year at Hawaii Theater on Thursday, May 14th. To RSVP and get free tickets, whether or not you're graduating. If you want to go to support the grads, you can do that, whether you're a family member or someone who's just part of the LGBTQ plus and ally community. Everyone's welcome. You can get your tickets at the Hawaii Theater website, and it's free and open to the public. Reception, heavy poo-poos, lay giving opportunities. Thank you.
Thank you, Cameron. Let's see, Rodriguez, Nakamura Teresa, and Kimura are not here. Next, we have Director of Help Designee, that is Pam.
Hello, everyone. I have no updates, but just as a reminder that the Department of Health continues to have the Section Gender Minority Resource Hub. So I just put the link in the chat. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, Thaddeus. Next, we have public testimony on members' shares, concerns, and reports. Do you have any public testimony?
And just a reminder that if you, from the public, if you wish to speak, to please raise your hand or open or turn on your video and wave at us. If you don't know where the raise hand feature is, so we can ask you to unmute.
Don't see anyone. All right, next is our finance director's report.
Aloha. In the board packet is um the updated accounting, which has subsequently been modified partly. Sorry, I was working on something else and now my brain is not working quickly enough. I don't see it in the board packet.
Unfortunately, there was a miscommunication on our side, so that did not make the board packet. But we did get an updated sheet from Annie. Annie, you wanna, is there anything you wanna, how much we have left in our budget?
Okay. So right now, we have, you guys have 17,185.35, but that's not a final number. We might need to do some adjustments. Some of it are for travel. It's not final numbers yet. Also, we might need to update, from Shanda's, previous packet, number 2, 3, 4, and 5. They might be belong in the last year's fiscal budget. But once we clean this up, I can send everyone a copy. Let me know. I can work with you, Shanda. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be very happy to work with you. Yeah.
So yeah, so
So it looks like we might have about
Yeah.
600 unspent, except for anything that was not correctly appropriated.
yeah, so we basically have $800 left in our budget.
Yeah.
Out of $18,000. And we will cut, and then you might actually be spending that later in this meeting.
Nice. All right, next, official communications from state officials.
The official communication from the state official is that, well, we'll cover this later, is that the governor has approved our flag raising and the flags, flag raising ceremony and the flags at, pride flags for the month of June at the Capitol again. So that's the only official communication we've gotten.
And do we have any public testimony on the finance director's report or the official communications from state officials? Nope, don't see anything. All right. Next, we have a very special guest, Kiki Walker. Oh, well, I guess Kiki's not here. It's going to Jen. Anyway, we have Jen from Sex Workers Outreach Project, SWAP. And she will be talking to us about what SWAP Hawaii has been doing, what they're up to, and what their objectives are. Go right ahead.
Hi, I'm Jen. I use they, he pronouns, and I am one of the co-organizers of SWAP Hawaii. I'm just going to read our mission statement so that you have an understanding of what SWAP is. But SWAP, if you haven't heard of us before, stands for the Sex Workers Outreach Project. We're a national chapter, or we're a chapter of a national organization, the larger organization being SWAP USA, and then we're the Hawaii chapter. So our mission is that SWAP Hawaii is a sex worker-led organization dedicated to advocating for the rights, safety, and self-determination of sex workers in Hawaii. We prioritize serving BIPOC trans sex workers, primarily experiencing housing and food insecurity, but serve all sex workers in Hawaii. Our mission is to work towards aiding in the safety and autonomy of all sex workers through advocacy, education, and direct support through resources and harm reduction led by community. Oftentimes, these community members have a lived experience themselves of doing sex work as well. I'm going to kind of skip over why we do this work. I think the reason we do this work is apparent given, this administration and also the intersections of sex work in the LGBTQ community. But I think I'm mostly here to just explain what we've been continuing to do and kind of future or near future efforts of what we're working towards to do in the future or pretty soon. So we consistently on Saturdays, if we have enough resources to share, we do street-based outreach every Saturday in the evenings. in Chinatown area in downtown Honolulu, where we pass out hot food, harm reduction supplies such as condoms, lube, safer drug supplies, resources, zines, hygiene supplies, and clothing donations. And we don't turn anyone down. We also don't assume somebody's current status as a former or current sex worker. We pass out resources to anybody that asks for them. We also facilitate community events and trainings. I don't know if we have anything coming up. We do want to do a fundraiser. We want to do more community building events for LGBTQ sex workers, where we gather together and kind of just like not necessarily always like table or share resources, but maybe do like wellness efforts, wellness events with efforts towards like community healing. There was something proposed somewhat recently about us doing like a makeover day where we provide like haircuts and clothing to people in community if they meet us in the park, or we would just now have to find a source of water where we can wash hair outside. But everything we are working towards is aimed at helping street-based workers or people who have experience in the sex working industry. And we just want to make things for them easier, like for them to go to work, for them to just kind of, get a hot meal on a Saturday evening. Trying to see what else. We have a lot of different partnerships, some with some folks here, like with Hep Free Hawaii. We just got a grant from the Trans Justice Funding Project. We have built partnerships with other local orgs such as DVAC and HOKA and Hawaii People's Fund. And, right now we're just kind of our major effort right now is that we're trying to fundraise so that we can continue doing street-based outreach on Saturdays, because that's kind of the most consistent thing that we've been doing for our community. And we are we're applying to grants and stuff, but we are currently in a deficit, so we haven't been able to consistently go every Saturday this past month to pass out hot food. So we're trying to think of ways, probably like a movie fundraiser or of some sort, or different events where we can sustain our weekly outreach to these folks, because they definitely count on us. We've seen direct impact and heard testimony directly from people in community saying how much they count on us on every Saturday to be there. So we're just trying to find a way to sustain that effort. And that's the work we're doing. So yeah, I don't know if there's any questions, but if you have any other questions, we're on Instagram. I don't know if our website's up, but our Instagram is at Swap Hawaii. And then in the bio, you can find more links to see how to help support us or anything like that.
A couple of questions. If people want to join you all on Saturday evenings, do they just reach out to you through Instagram, or is there some other way to contact you?
Yeah. So I think our website should have a volunteer form. If it's not there yet, then yes, the best way is to just reach out directly through DM. We prefer that if people want to come out with us on outreach on Saturdays, because it's such a tight-knit community, that either folks have experience doing street outreach or maybe work within social services or have experience working with houseless folks. Just so that so it's kind of like a personal vet, right? Also, just we don't want to like traumatize any of our community members, so on and so forth. So we don't there's a lot of opportunities for volunteering, one being street outreach, but there's also like preparing hygiene kits or cooking, gathering donations, stuff like that. So if you're interested in helping with outreach, but it's not a good fit, there's other ways to volunteer too. You could just reach out to us via DM.
Okay, and my next question is, if people have resources or leads on ways that maybe local businesses can help fund your hot meals on Saturdays, would they contact you through your website or through Instagram?
I would say Instagram, and then whoever answers the DM will probably just send them our email directly, because that's the easiest way for us to communicate that matter.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
I have a question.
Oh, Michael has a question.
First, I want to thank you for being here and to give Kiki our best. And as well. The question I have is, oh, actually, it's a request, is that we would really love to hear from you and SWAP in our legislative questionnaire, where you rank what we've done, but there's also a large there's sections, multiple opportunities for you to suggest things that we need to look at legislatively to make things better for our community, and that covers everybody, and especially our sex workers that are in our community. So if that's something you all, or if you want to set up a time that we can chat offline, or I'd be more than happy to meet with you all either via Zoom or in person to have those kind of conversations that we can see. But it will help us with our data, if getting everybody to fill out that question, our legislative questionnaire. You get to rank what we did in this year and last year, and then also provide us with feedback on what we need to look at as we move things forward.
Okay, can I put the Swap Hawaii email in the chat and we can set up a time to talk?
Yeah. Thank you. Stand up.
Thaddeus, Sam has a question.
Yeah, thanks so much, and always great to hear from Jen and Swap. I just wanted to note that we actually, and I think Jen alluded to this, that we at the Department of Health have partnered with SWAP on many things as well. They're a fantastic organization, and they are such great partner organizations. So I just wanted to kind of validate that partnership opportunity that Jen had mentioned. They were able to help us create really community-centered materials on reducing bloodborne infections. They were able to help us get insights from people who are conducting sex work in terms of their own perspectives to inform our programs. And they were also able to set up community panels that inform and share, the lived experience of people who have done sex work in the past. So I really behoove you all, if you have the opportunity to work with them. I think they're a fantastic community partner. So thanks again, Jen and SWAP, for all you do.
Thank you.
Well, no, does any other commissioners have any questions?
Well, Jen, I want to thank you so much for showing up today. SWAP is one of those organizations that is integral to any society, especially out here with the number of sex workers that we have. So thank you so much for showing up today, and thank you for providing resources so that people can help you all out. Thank you. All right.
Oh, before we go, if there's anything else if SWAP needs anything in the future, do not hesitate to reach out to us. We're here to help everybody, so please.
Okay, thank you so much for your time, everybody.
Thank you.
Well, thank you for your time.
All right, we're gonna move on to ongoing business and updates. We still don't have a secretary. I think we're gonna probably have to move that to our official elections, whenever we do our yearly turnaround for different positions. So we're just gonna skip that for today and move on to update on commission's website.
But we do it on a monthly basis. I do updates on a monthly basis. Unless something comes up that needs to be put up there. So we did. We'll be sending that request. So but again, reminder to every commissioners and ex officio members, if there's anything you want on that website, please let me know, and I will send that off to Sean to make sure that happens.
Do you have any public testimony on our updates on the commission website? Nope. All right. Next, we have update on letter to Maui Preparatory Academy donors regarding Maui Preparatory's anti-LGBTQI+ policies for students.
Everybody put your hands together and give Hanny a big round of applause. She got those out for us.
Yay,
And so those are, we did get one nasty response. Remove me from your distribution list.
Yeah.
Gee, I wonder who you support. Anyways, and so, but we know, everyone that we have emails for did get a letter that we approved. Was it last month? 1 month before. Whenever we approved the letter, they're now out. And so they have it there. Well, and so we will keep you abreast if anything else comes up from that as we move forward. And then we'll figure out if there's anything else we can or we'll be able to do in our official capacity to support Maui Prep.
Perfect. All right. Do we have any public testimony update on letter to Maui Preparatory Academy donors regarding Maui Preparatory's anti-LGBTQI+ student policy for students? Okay. All right. Moving to the next. we have update on the next Rainbow Pauhana Queer Community Leaders Gathering. This is actually, as the commissioners here continue, we are going to need a commissioner who can help facilitate, these schedulings. So over the next, hopefully by June 1st, somebody will have a desire to do that. So just think about that and let us know. Do you have an update on them? Because this was Michael's idea that he brought to the commission.
I've done some outreach to see if we can find somebody for May, but between graduation season, Mother's Day, and people were just being worn out from the legislative thing, everybody's like, so we're looking to see, since we only have one more month left in the second quarter, which would be June, looking at if people has the bandwidth in the month of June to actually add one more thing to everybody's calendar. And the answers I've been getting back are like, no. But so yeah, so if that changes, you'll hear from us.
All right. Do we have any public testimony on the update on the next Rainbow Pauhana Queer Community Leaders Gathering?
Oh, and the policy is now up on our website in the folder that we passed last month about the policy about who does what as a host and what we are responsible as a commission.
All right, no public testimony. All right, next is update on addressing the needs of our community's kapuna, especially Mahu, trans, non-binary, and intersex.
Yeah, still working with Kakua Mau on that document to allow people to determine for themselves their gender at end of life when they're unable to speak for themselves. And this is just a reminder to anybody listening, make sure you have your own advance directive. We in the queer community are more at risk than the average individual of our wishes not being followed when we are no longer able to speak for ourselves. So make sure you set up the person that can make decisions for you and have it all in writing. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Do we have any public testimony on update on addressing the needs of our community's kapuna, especially Mahu, trans, non-binary, and intersex? No? All right. Next, we have review of the 2026 legislative priorities via the 2026 legislative tracker. As you probably have been following, we've had some really good outcomes this year. So go right ahead, Michael.
Okay. Everybody should be able to see the tracker on your screen now. This is what's available on our website as well. So I do, since we've now, Happy Synadia, everybody, and that is the Latin. There you go. So up first, he was confirmed on April 23rd with 24 votes. We now have Christopher was confirmed on the 30th of April with a 24-0. And then our two incoming commissioners, Chrissy Doyle and Sylvia Rom, were also confirmed on the 30th, all with 24-0. So we're happy to see that happen. Oh, here we go. I'm gonna move through these things rather quickly. Everything that's dead. Let's see, there's that. Where is it? Oh, here we go. Okay. HB 1875. This is our number one priority this session. It passed. We want to I do want to give a great big shout out to Representative Tam, who was the introducer on this, and Representative Ichiyama, who helped make sure we got this worked really hard to making sure we got this bill passed. And another shout out to Abby for everything she did to behind the scenes, in front of the scenes, to make that all happen. So where it stands right now is the bill is sitting on the governor's desk. Just so everybody knows that for every bill we testify on, and that there is and makes it to the governor's desk. Anyways, I'm gonna stop sharing because I'm having trouble. anyways, 1875 sits on the governor's desk. Every bill that we pass, every bill that we testify and that passes and sits on the governor's desk, we get a CNR, which is comments and recommendations. And so that's where we're at with this with 1875. Our CNR has been turned in. We have requested a public signing on this. We encourage everybody to reach out to the governor to ask him to sign the bill into law. You do that through the governor's website. And so, yeah, so if you haven't already done so, please go ahead and do that. You do not need to ask him to do the public signing. We are going to leave that. We do not want to deluge him with those because it's a heavier lift to do the public signing request, and we've already done that. So, and we have a few other key partners in this fight that are making that same request, and we hope that he will grant that public signing because this was a huge community lift to make this happen. And again, thank you to everybody who submitted testimony for every orgs, all the different orgs and individuals. It does matter. Moving right along. The next one that passed is HB 1961. This is the one that makes sure that people can go to a health center without being harassed or discriminated or be screamed at. Well, I can still be screamed at this point, but they cannot. This prohibits persons from interfering with another person's access to or from a healthcare facility or disrupting the normal functions of a healthcare facility. At this time, I would like to thank all of those people that came to our meetings and disrupted our meetings, because these are the same people that stand outside Planned Parenthood. And I was able to talk to legislators and tell them exactly what they did in our meetings when we're in a government building and we have supposed order and decorum. You can only imagine what they're doing on the streets to people as they're just trying to seek healthcare. So because of their antics here, we were able to help relay that over to the legislature. And so that is also sitting on the governor's desk. We are encouraging everybody to ask the governor to sign that into law. We have already done that, and we follow Planned Parenthood's lead, and we are asked for a public signing on that because that was their number one priority. Moving right along. SB 2239 is the next one. This one is the automatic voter registration. I know I talked about voter registration earlier. This one deals with when you go to get your driver's license or state ID card, that you will be automatically registered to. There's an automatic thing, so you will automatically be registered to vote. You have to opt out if you do not want to be registered to vote. But this is a huge step forward to making sure voting is accessible to all, especially since we have mail-in voting. Again, thank you to everybody who helped that. We do want to thank Senator Chang for introducing this measure. And this has been a little more tougher to get past than I thought it should have been, but it is what it is. And again, that's sitting on the governor's desk asking. And so next up is SB 2268. This requires universal changing accommodations be available at least for all new construction beginning on July 31st, 2027. All new buildings must have at least one universal changing accommodation within the building in a public restroom with certain expectations. So we do want to.
Hey, Michael, this is Erin. I'm not sure if we've lost Commissioner Christopher Luthi or not. If you're there, can you turn on your camera? We need at least a quorum of commissioners to have video on at all times.
Okay, there you go.
Sorry,
Thank you.
I was having trouble.
No problem.
Okay, thank you, Erin. Okay, so yeah, this one passed, and I forget who it was from the state's disability community that they were every time we testified, they thanked us for testifying, and so that was, you don't really see that often. And so congratulations to them for keeping with it and getting that bill to the governor's desk. SB 2727, this lengthens the statute of limitations to file a complaint of discrimination within the Hawaii Civil Rights Commission to 1 year. And this is because at the federal level, they are doing absolutely nothing when it comes to discrimination, except actually discriminating. We're grateful to have that. And again, that bill sitting on the governor's desk. And the last one is SCR 11. This is Senate concurrent resolution. This resolution called upon the United States Congress, to pass legislation to amend the Civil Rights Act of 1964 to prohibit discrimination on the basis of sex, sexual orientation, and gender identity in employment, housing, public accommodations. Basically the Equality Act. But they don't put the Equality Act because in the title because it can change. So that's where we are with the thing. We did so that's the tracker. From this, for what was successful, we took out of the legislative our legislative survey that we just talked about earlier. And so we're asking people to rank our unsuccessful priorities from this year, as well as our unsuccessful priorities from last year that we didn't make a priority this year. And to see where people, and it gives everybody the opportunity, like I said earlier. So we're encouraging people to fill that out. So we can then we will release an executive summary like we did before, but also the raw data will be available for those that want to go in and look and come up with their own conclusions should they not agree with the executive summary. That being said, it was a very successful year when it comes to making sure we're protecting trans rights, access to gender affirming care there. Of course, there's always more needs to be done at every level of government, but it's nice to have this win underneath our belts and look forward to the governor signing HB 1875 into law.
All right, do we have any public testimony regarding a review of the 2026 legislative priorities via the 2026 legislative tracker? No, all right. Next, we have update from Hawaii Coalition for Civil Rights, and Rick is not here, so we will move on to the next item. Update.
Before we move on, we're going to need to find someone to take at our July meeting. So if somebody's going to want to represent, if we're going to try to send a representative to the Hawaii Coalition for Civil Rights. So just something to keep everybody on everybody's mind.
Yes, that will be Rick's time will be up on the commission, so we will have a vacant spot. So that along with the Pauhana, those are a couple of things that we need representation for the commission. All right, next.
Wait, Mecca has her hand up.
Oh,
Mecca.
Oh, Mecca, go right ahead, Mecca.
Wait, hold on, I gotta. Sorry, Mecca. There you go.
Hi, I put in the chat, but in reaction to all the bills and all of the amazing movements that have happened, I just wanted to do a big shout out to Michael, who really, like I said, babysat us as well as babysat those bills. I really think that what we're seeing is because of all of their hard work and effort. So thank you so much for all of your hard work and really making things happen this year. So thank you.
Thank you. All right, next is update on statement condemning medical organizations abandoning Mahu transgender, gender nonconforming, QT5+ community, and or meetings with medical organizations in Hawaii.
I have nothing new to report. However, in the absence of anything coming from any medical organizations that I have reached out to, aside from the ones that have been communicating, I wanted to bring back to you guys, is there more we should be doing? What is everyone's thoughts? At some point we escalate? Is this the time for escalating? Consider it, and maybe we can bring something up next time. I don't personally see major changes happening over the last couple months in our state. It's kind of been about the same for the last 6 months. I can't believe it's only been that long. But no new major changes that I'm seeing in how organizations are actually treating real life people or policies that are being publicly available. What I do see is people quietly doing the work. But if people have ideas of who we should reach out to, I'm happy to reach out. I'm happy to push. I'm eager to hear everyone's thoughts.
Yeah, that's a good idea. So if y'all are out and you meet someone, or you come across someone, or you know someone who might have some input for Shanda, please connect them so that she can begin to really disseminate and make sure that that information is more widely spread, so that we can get more action on it. Not just from the people who are working on it right now, but more from the community. So that's a really good ask, Shanda.
On that, for those of you who didn't see the federal judge that struck down the executive order when it comes to banning transgender access for gender affirming care for Keiki, so there were stays put on those orders, and then now that they've totally been struck down by them. This goes back to what I said a year and a half ago. Those that we need to hold those people accountable and tell them not to pre-comply. Just because there's an executive order comes down doesn't mean it's actually the law. So and we've seen, at least on the continent, we're seeing those health centers that did pre-comply or whatever have been pulling back and now offering gender affirming care. So maybe something to think about is if they want to draft a letter, making sure that I'm sure they have their own legal teams and all these things, but making sure that these health organizations know that we are paying attention and watching and making sure that they are aware of this. And it would be great if they were to be proactive instead of reactive in supporting their trans and gender nonconforming and MAHU patients.
Would that be something we would want to do, is to send an email or a letter to the local organizations, just to let them know, this has been taken care of. This is what should be happening. This is what we're seeing. Would that be something we want to do?
I think that's a great idea. And I can work on trying to send something like that, trying to draft something like that I can send to all the people who got our first letter.
What we can do is, for the next meeting, is you can have a letter ready for us, and we'll put it on the agenda so that we can read it and vote on it. Right. All right. Okay, do we have any public testimony on the update on statement condemning medical organizations banning MAHU, transgender, gender nonconforming, QD5+ community, and/or meetings with medical organizations in Hawaii? Nope, don't see anything. All right. Next, we have update on No Hate in the 808 ad campaign regarding Hawaii's non-discrimination laws.
Well, on May 1st, those ads were started appearing on all city and county of Honolulu and Hawaii County buses. We do want to thank Rep. Janae Capella for getting Rep. Mathis Cush to deliver the bus ads for us to Hawaii County, saving us money. We didn't have to mail those over, and getting them in time for they were posted to the Hawaii County for Hawaii Island to have those. Big mahalo to the Rainbow Family 808 for being our nonprofit sponsor, saving us just in the city and county of Honolulu almost $8,000 in the ad space of what it would have cost to have those ads. So we could not have done it without them. The total cost for the project was $917.28 from service printers and $1,507.85 the cost to have them posted, which brings it to $24.25.13, which was divided between us and the Hawaii the Commission on the Status of Women. So it was for us, it was 12,56 was our total thing. We budgeted $1,500 was our portion. So we came in under budget and ahead of schedule. Very, very, very rare does a state project say that. Can say that. For those of you who haven't seen, the bus ridership is up, and we can thank the Orange Menace for that. So more people are seeing our bus ads because people can't afford $6 a gallon for gas. And we want to make sure we get it out there that service printers was actually significantly cheaper to have them printed at than actually using the people for the city and county of Honolulu going through them. So if any of the state departments are out there listening and you're doing bus ads, highly suggest using service printers to save us taxpayer dollars.
Tonight.
Yeah. And so on Tuesday, April 28th, myself and Yasmin from the executive director of the Hawaii Commission on the Status of Women delivered a copy of the bus ads to every elected official at the Big Square building, along with our cover letter on behalf of us, all three of us that part of this coalition, the Hawaii Civil Rights Commission being our third commission on this. And we delivered that to Senate, House, as well as the governor and lieutenant governor's offices. We also gave them access. We sent them after we met with them. We also sent them a follow-up email where we gave them access, and we're giving the access to everybody our digital assets because we broke it all out, and those ads have been appearing on our social media platforms, and we will do a resubmit later in this month. Because since it is a digital campaign as well, besides the bus ads, making sure people know their rights, and we'll have a good idea. I'll be reaching out to Sean to see if he can let us know if our website, so I see what kind of direct response we get to our website, but also we will be in communications with the Hawaii Civil Rights Commission if they saw a huge increase in filings. Yeah, because that was one of the questions, because all three of us did a interview with the Hawaii Tribune Herald about this ad campaign, and they asked us how are we going to figure out if the campaign was a success. And so one of the things is if they saw a spike, which then that means people know about their rights and they can file a complaint with the Hawaii Civil Rights Commission. If it's a catch-22, so yay, they know their rights. They're going out there, but if there's a huge spike, then we got to figure out what can we do as a commission, what can we do with our partners, figure out to help stopping discrimination in the state. But that's a question for another day once we see what if anything happens at the Hawaii Civil Rights Commission. But this is one of the great ways for us to let people know that we exist. And I ride the bus very regularly, and I've seen the bus ads, and they haven't been defaced, which is a good sign because when I did bus ads back in the aughts, and it says all you need is love to support justice, equality for all. We saw quite a many that got defaced, so hopefully that won't happen with this campaign. So that's where we're at right now. It has helped. The social media ads have helped also increase followers on our channels. So there's a win there already.
That's awesome. All right. Do we have any public testimony regarding the update on the No Hate and 808 ad campaign regarding Hawaii's non-discrimination laws? See anything? All right. Next is update on City and County of Honolulu proposed charter amendment to create a CNC Honolulu LGBTQIA+ commission.
As me again, as we sit here today, the Charter Commission is meeting today. They broke everything out into 3 different PIGs, permitted interaction groups, and the permitted interaction group that I met with, along with Councilmember Tyler DeSantis Tam, who was they came back and their recommendation is to move this proposal forward. So today, all they're doing is presenting that, because as everybody knows, and Aaron's gonna love me, that when a pig can go out, do their work, come back and report back, but they have to wait until the next meeting before they can actually do any actions on that report. So, did I get that right, Aaron?
Yeah, there are different pigs, but the one you're talking about, yeah, they would vote on it one meeting, do it, come back, report, and then not actually vote on anything or take any action until the meeting after that.
Yeah. So that's where we're at in this process with this. Very happy to see that there were almost 300 proposals that we've made it this far. So on that note, once we get notification when the next Honolulu Charter Commission, we're going to be doing a push to ask people to submit testimony. And so be on the lookout for that. This is, and we're going to ask for testimony just from people that live on Oahu, just to keep, because that's how they're going to be paying attention to this one. Well, we love the support from our neighbor island, Ohana. On this one, we're going to be asking just for those from Oahu, because that's what's going to have the most weight. Because we have to get past this next piece, and then when it makes it to the thing, it then, just so everybody knows, that then gets put on the ballot for the November election to up or down, to see if they create the commission there. So if you have any questions, please reach out and I can answer them. But yeah, so and we will be providing talking points for those testimonies. They have testimony from us today letting us know, thank you, but we can't be there because we're here. But I will be there in person to answer any questions at their next meeting, which is supposed to maybe, do not hold me to this, but maybe May 28th in the afternoon, Thursday, May 28th in the afternoon. And that would be held at Honolulu Hale, or you can also participate via Zoom.
What date is that?
Thursday, May 28th. Tentatively. And we won't know until the agenda is put out. So.
All right, do we have any public testimony regarding update on the city and county of Honolulu proposed charter amendment to create a CNC Honolulu LGBTQI plus commission? No. Is that Cameron's phone about? No, that's just never mind. Okay, so next we have update on developing written protocols, procedures, and record keeping for the commission.
Aloha. I submitted the document as I had pulled it together for the board packet. It's not in the board packet. Does board packet stuff not go to Hanny, or did it just get missed this time?
It just got missed this time. There were some communication failures.
Okay.
So yeah. But she does have it, and we will
Sorry, it's not in the Gmail, sorry, but on the commission website, I emailed Sean, so it has all the complete board packet in there. If you want to go back later, LGBTQ DHS website. I don't know if it's available.
I don't know what you're saying. I'm sorry. Can you
the
repeat
board
what
packet.
you're saying?
The board packet, the one you gave me with the procedures, I combined it with Michael. And then the complete packet should be available in the DHS LGBTQ website.
So the board packet was not put in our public folder.
Yeah.
So we're working on tightening up the procedures on that for Annie on that one. And so it's my fault. I'll take the full blame on that, but I was out of commission a couple days that week. So
which is fine. I just want to make sure that I'm understanding what you're saying. So the board packet is not in the board packet place, it's someplace else, and we're gonna update it where it would normally go. Is that what you're saying?
We're not gonna be able to update it because following procedures, we can only update the official one. So
Okay.
there's one on our website that has your procedures in there for everybody to go look at. But moving forward, everything's gonna stay the status quo. We're just tightening up how things happen on the back end to make sure that this
Okay.
doesn't happen in the future.
Yeah.
So yeah, Hanny's still gonna be in charge of the board packets.
Sorry.
Yeah, so
Oh, no problem.
yeah, so we're a process.
Ticking along, and it's definitely not time sensitive, trust, because this is moving slowly. So thank you. And any feedback anybody have, let me know. I will submit an updated one for next month.
All right, we'll go over that again next month. Do we have any public testimony or any update on developing written protocols, procedures, and record keeping for the commission? Don't see any, so next we have Next we have our 2026 Pride events. So the first is update on request to Governor Green to fly Pride flags at the Capitol and to issue a proclamation declaring June Pride Month in the state of Hawaii. So we are going to be having a flag raising. We just don't know what time yet. Is that correct, Michael?
Yes, we've asked for June 1st. We don't know what time or if it's gonna be June 1st, but hopefully it will be since that's a Monday. We had June 2nd last year because that was the first workday week in June. So we'd be on the lookout for that. So, and we're also getting the proclamation, which I think I told you last month. So yeah, so that's all a go. We're good there. We're just waiting on the specifics from the governor's office.
Right. All right, update on moving the June commission meeting to June 1st, 2026. That is a go. So we will be meeting instead of the second Tuesday, the following second Monday, we'll be meeting the first Monday of June, which is going to be June 1st, first day of Pride Month. So we'll be having this meeting on that day. All right, let's see next.
So for that, if Christopher and Joe, since we know Philip's won't be available, we have money in the budget that we can fly you guys in for that. So Hanny will be in touch about proper policies and procedures to make that happen. So it will be we'll work on the whole thing once we get a better idea I'll reach back out to the governor's office, letting him know that we are planning on flying both you and Joe in. That way, so hopefully they'll let us know sooner rather than later, so we can get you on the proper flights. And with the idea that we do the flag raising ceremony, maybe something else, and then that afternoon we'd have our regular commission meeting, and then fly you home that evening. Does that work for you, Christopher?
Yes, that should work. As long as we can get that.
So as we get it what?
I just need to know sooner than later.
Okay, yeah. Well, yeah, as soon as we know, you'll know. So that's that. That's for the June 1st. But we definitely will be having the meeting at 2 p.m. in the afternoon. For sure.
All right.
Okay.
Excellent. So next we have Pride schedules for the state of Hawaii. We have Hawaii Pride on June 6th. Maui Pride is June 13th. Honolulu Pride is October 17th. Hawaii Island Pride is June 27th. And Kona Pride is September 19th. We have 2 June outliers with Honolulu and Kona being one in September and one in October. So we have commissioners going to each of these Pride across the island. I do believe that for the Honolulu Pride, Philip, Joe, and Christopher will be coming in. Is that correct?
We don't know yet. That's
all right. So we'll decide that this year.
No, in July.
July. We'll figure that out in July. All right. Let's see. Commission representation at Kauai, Maui, and Hawaii Island, which is going to be in Hilo for June. We have those sorted. Have the plane tickets been purchased?
They have not. That's where you need to spend some. Oh, Kathleen, I just saw your hand go up. It's about this one or the next or the previous one?
This one.
Okay.
So sadly, I think I signed up for Kauai, but I'm not going to be able to make that one. I will still be on the continent, but I can still go to Maui.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we did not have you down for Kauai.
Oh, good. Okay. I couldn't remember which I signed up for. Thank Thank you.
Okay, so let's take these one by one.
Yeah.
So for Kauai Pride, it's myself, Christopher, Rick, and Joe.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, Joe's not here, so just so everybody knows, just a reminder to everybody, this is how to do these things. We're gonna need so Christopher, you're probably gonna have to take the first flight out on the June 6th to get you there in time to Kauai. The what do you call it? It took us what, 5 minutes to set up the table, and then we head off and go hang out in a hot parking lot. But it's fun to watch everybody getting ready and stuff. And so I have confirmed, excuse me, with Kauai Pride's organizers that they do know we're coming. They do know we want a table. We will be renting one car, so we try to get everybody to come in at around the same time. If not, they get to hang out a little bit, unless you know somebody on Kauai that can come pick you up. Because there is no such thing as Uber on Kauai, really, or Lyft. It's available, but it's not. It's call a friend on Kauai. So for that, so we need to get there. I know Rick said he was still going, and but we still need to get confirmation from Joe if he's going or not, so that we can for every time you travel, you should be looking at which airline you prefer. But right now, Hawaiian's the one that's going to offer you the most options and the most availability to get you to these prides and back. So sending your preferred flights to Hanny with times, and that we will see what she can do to make that happen. So Christopher, you could go ahead and shoot your preferred times to Hanny for the Kauai Pride and for Maui Pride. And then we got to figure out who's going to be the driver for the car, because then we'll rent the car through using the P card, correct?
Mhm.
Yeah, we'll use it. Yeah. So anybody has to pay out of pocket for that. And then it ends at 2, and when we say it ends at 2:00, you turn around and like half the place is gone at 2:05. So so for Maui, we have Kathleen, myself, Christopher. Is that correct?
Refresh my memory on what day the Maui Pride.
That's June 13th.
I don't see a conflict on my calendar as of right now, so I will go ahead and pencil that in.
Okay, so again on that, you need to send your preferred flights. So Kathleen, myself, and yeah. Hey, Kat.
Sorry, can I have Hanny's email address, please? I'm not finding it.
We'll ship it out to everybody.
Okay, thank you.
We love everybody on this call, but we don't know who else will. And I don't think Hanny wants. Yeah, thanks. So we'll make sure everybody has that again. So yeah, for the Maui Pride, that one I have confirmed with they have received both Kauai Pride and Maui Pride have received our sponsorship checks. I filled out the Maui Pride vendor application, and so we can start setting up at 2, and we can't tear down till 8 yeah. So Christopher, all the pride dates are in the packet on the agenda, as well as in the website. Okay. And
Perfect.
So Kathleen, Christopher, and myself for Maui Pride.
And who's going to?
What?
Where do you?
And Hilo Pride is. You remember who's going to Hilo Pride? Don't remember who's going to Hilo Pride. Okay, hold that thought.
While Michael's looking that up, Kathleen and anyone else who wants Penny's address. When I sent y'all an email on April 26th, I CC'd her, so you should be able to find her email in that one. The email that I sent to y'all on April 26th.
What did I do with that? So if I remember correctly, for Hawaii Island Pride, it's myself. Rick. Who else was traveling? Kat, were you going to Hilo Pride?
Sorry, what was the date on that?
Here, I got the.
Oh,
That is June 27th.
yeah, we have, it's just Kat and me down for, yeah. So, yeah, okay.
And then Christopher can drive. Oh, but he
Just
didn't.
the Hilo,
That's
yeah.
right, so he'll be there.
So,
Okay.
I need to follow up with Joe to make sure he gets us a tent and table and chairs for Maui Pride. And Christopher, could you please ask around to see if you can find somebody who can loan us a tent, table, and chairs for the festival at Hawaii Island Pride?
Yes, I will work on that. Excuse me. I do plan on driving over to Hilo. I live on the Kona side of the island.
Oh, see, that's what I thought. Okay, so Hanny's gonna double check because we're making sure that we have you down for mileage to get you reimbursed mileage for that.
What time did we say Hilo Pride was? Or do we
It's 10.
10 a.m.?
10 a.m. is the parade, or is it 11 a.m.? I don't remember.
Yeah.
I gotta go back.
And I'm sorry, can't find that email, Sandy, the 26th. I'm searching.
Oh, sorry, I'm
anyways.
resending it.
Okay,
Thanks.
so yeah, so Kat and I are gonna go, and then so there we go, and then yeah, and so that takes care of everything for those 3 Pride events in June.
All right.
Can I just check real quick for Maui and Hilo, since I'm going to those? Did someone
Maui-
other than me want to rent the car, or should I get Hanny to sign to get a car under my name?
For Maui and Hilo, we're gonna put you in charge
Okay, thank you.
since I don't drive for Hilo.
I mean, I also have a large vehicle. I have a pickup that seats 6, so I don't mind picking people up from the airport.
Okay. Oh yeah, save some money. Okay. Great.
All right, that's wonderful. Okay, next is update on swag.
Okay,
Wait,
Before we move on, I just wanted to check if we have a plan for what to do with that last 600, 800, whatever, $100 we have, then great. But if not, if that's not looking promising, we could choose to fund next year's Kona Pride with our leftover money.
we've already paid for Kona Pride sponsorship out of this year's funds.
Oh, we did?
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right.
So yeah, because that extra monies we're going to be using to fly in Christopher and Joe for the June 1st meeting.
All right, next is update on swag for Pride and tabling events.
In the board packet, you'll see what they look like. They've already been ordered. They're on their way, hopefully. We're having the fans. They have our logo on one side. Aaron, yes, Aaron? Where'd Aaron go? Raise your hand. I guess that. Okay.
Oh, there. Sorry. I don't know why I couldn't unmute. Oh, no, never mind. You're still on Pride. I was just
Yeah.
making
Yeah.
sure that we got public
Swag.
testimony, but you're still on Pride. Never mind.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Okay, so the swag, it has our logo on one side. On the back side, it has the same color pink as it's on our big pull-up banner and it has our mission statement. One QR code takes people to our website. The other QR code, if you can't read above it, it says queer the vote, and it takes them directly to the state's website to register to vote. So those have been ordered. They're on their way, and hopefully we'll get them here to have for the flag raising ceremony, to at least have a few to hand out then. How many did you end up ordering?
3,000.
3,000 of them, and so that, but those need to last us for all the different Pride events, as well as the AIDS Walk, and then Kona and Honolulu Pride. So, yeah, so we will and we'll also have to transport those to the different prides. Yeah, so we have 3,000 of those. Yeah, and so that's where we're at with the swag. And oh, we also have 2 tablecloths now because we need that for the AIDS Walk, because the AIDS Walk happens, Honolulu AIDS Walk happens the same day as Hilo Pride. So we'll have duplicate of everything for our tabling. So we'll be able to take to Hilo Pride as well as have here for the AIDS Walk. Those all have been retractable banners, tabletop retractable banners, table covers have all been ordered. The tablecloth is actually the new tablecloth is on island. And so yeah, so that's where we're at with that. All the swag stuff. And everybody give Annie another round of applause for making sure all this has happened.
All right, do we have any public testimony on our updates for Honolulu prides across the state or the swag? Nope. All right, next is update on commission position opposing the Boy Scouts of America Aloha Council's grant and aid application to the Hawaii State Legislature.
The last thing I checked that they did not get their GIA. If they did, I will be extremely mad because I only got a glance look at the GIA list. I didn't get it. I wasn't able to get my hot little hands on it when I was at the Capitol. So,
all right. Do we have any public testimony regarding the update on commission position opposing the Boy Scouts of America Aloha Council's grant and aid application to the Hawaii State Legislature? Nope, don't see any. All right. Next is discussion on supporting 2026 Gender Journey Days, which we've already discussed this. Well, I guess we just need.
We did, but I have a couple things that I can say. That the day will be July 11th, and anyone interested in coming, any trans Mahu youth, OPO families are welcome to come reach out to me or go to Gender Journeys Day Hawaii for more information. There are sponsorships available for folks coming off island. It's great. It's an awesome supportive event. Anybody who provides care, either medical or behavioral health care to youth and want more information, it's a great place to learn. With our sponsorship, we get free admission. I believe it's 5 free or complimentary registrations. So if anybody is interested in doing that, anyone gets CEUs, wants to go, let me know and I will help you make that happen. What questions does anyone have? Oh, and it is, as it turns out, July 11th is the day of the Honolulu Film Festival. The headline main event, Saturday night party, Return of Kapai Mahu movie. So you could go directly from there to the film festival. What questions does anyone have?
So for anybody who's interested in, for any one of the commissioners who's interested in going to take in to actually participate in the thing, please let us know so we can start assigning those. And if they're not interested, then we can figure out what we're going to do with them. Those, if not, just handing them back to the organization. And if anything else, it's gonna be my recommendation to be handed back to the organization to do with as they see fit to help out cover the cost for other people.
All right. Do we have any public testimony regarding update on supporting 2026 gender journeys? No. All right. Next is an update on our tabling at the 2026 Honolulu AIDS Walk.
They have gotten our sponsorship check. Is there anybody from Oahu that's available to table that day?
I am. I'm planning to go.
Okay, you're also going to be joined by Chrissy Doyle, our new incoming commissioner.
Great.
Yeah. So, oh, that's what I forgot to say. When she, if I may, back at with, well, when I asked her to do this, it was at the Capitol when she got her final vote, and because they also were doing the Chief Justice at the same time. We had the governor there, and she was able to see the governor, thank him for his nomination, and have her picture taken with him. So that was nice. And then, so when she was on that high, I go, guess what? You want a table at the AIDS Walk before you become an official commissioner? And she said yes. So that's great.
All right, do we have any public testimony on the update regarding tabling at the 2026 Honolulu AIDS Walk? Okay. All right, next is discussion on the required 2026 report to the legislature. We have a deadline for drafts that we have to get to Hanny, what is that deadline?
Now that we've
Is it the 22nd?
22nd.
22nd.
Right?
Mhm.
Yeah, 22nd of May is your deadline to get that in. This is something that we've all done the last couple of years, that, a couple of paragraphs that you need to submit. No big deal. Just make sure you do it and have that into Hanny before the 22nd of May.
Just so Christopher's aware, we're part of the statute requires us to submit a report to the legislature every year so they know what we've been up to. And in this, we include, by the time we actually get to the final version of this, we will be able to include responses from the legislative questionnaire, so we could then let them know what we're.
Big head. I see you.
We see
Sorry.
you too.
Talking to a cat.
So yeah, and everybody's been, all the commissioners have been asked to write up or whatever they want to include into that report. I encourage you to go read our report that's on the website so you can see if there's anything you want to add to it. But the draft is the first deadline, so we can review it at the June 1st meeting. With then it gives us the entire month of June to make any other additional edits, with the final version being voted on at our July meeting. Yeah.
That is the 22nd of May to have that into. And y'all should have received that email that I just sent over. All right, do we have any public testimony on the discussion on the required 2026 report to the legislature? No. All right, next is, new business. Excellent, all right. Next is new business. We have the 2026 campaign to encourage voter registration and voting in the primary and general elections for members of the Mahu LGBTQI+ and LGBTQ+ community.
So, like I mentioned at the beginning of the meeting about voting, they got the Voting Rights Act, everybody. So if you don't think your vote matters, they wouldn't be coming after it so hard. Luckily, here in Hawaii, that them gutting the Voting Rights Act doesn't impact us here in the state, because we have automatic voter registration. We have mail-in voting. Yeah, but what we need to do, even with the AVR coming down the pipe, we still need to like what they're doing in other states, is making sure our community comes out. While we don't endorse, there going to be a historic number, if I'm reading the tea leaves correct, historic number of queer candidates on the ballot. So, and unfortunately, there's also going to be a record number of people that don't like us on the ballot. And we're going to leave that up to the voters to figure out how they're going to vote, but making sure our community is registered and ready and knows how to get the information out there to be educated to vote. And so that's why I asked to have this put on the agenda. If it's us leading the effort, then it is, because it's actually written into our statute to encourage our community to vote. So we're meeting one of our primary goals, one of the many goals of this commission. If it's not us, then who is going to lead this effort, and what does that effort look like? So that's one of the reasons like we put the QR code to register people to vote on the fans to start this conversation and start things moving along. And I did queer the vote because we used queer days at the Capitol, and queer the vote is something that is used by other large queer organizations on the continent. And so, and if someone goes, well, you should have said Mahu the vote. And we do not culturally appropriate here because Mahu is not you cannot exchange Mahu for transgender, for queer. That is its own separate thing. And needs to be recognized and honored. So I just want to hear, I hope people have some ideas about what this looks like. And maybe that becomes we work on this and becomes the focus for our Rainbow Pauhana of bringing these the queer organizations together and make that, if we find someone who's willing to host that, and that see if they're willing to take that on as the thing as we move forward, making sure that our community is registered and ready to vote in these upcoming elections. And then maybe they convince their family, their ohana on the continent to do the same.
Well, I would like to just say that in May of 1966, neoconservatives invented themselves around the entire idea of dismantling the Voting Rights Act. So it took them 60 years, but they have achieved it, and they achieved it exactly 60 years after they started organizing. So this is a big deal around the rest of the country. We are very fortunate here in Hawaii. I hope everyone understands that. I know that people who have lived other places, especially in the South, really understand how important all of this is to the entire federal election system, how lucky we are out here. But they have been consistent, persistent, and they have gotten what they wanted. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens over the next couple of years. All right, so the next, public testimony on the 2026 campaign to encourage voter registration and voting in the primary and general elections for members of the Mahu LGBTQI plus and QD plus community.
Well, what did the commissioners have anything to talk about this when it comes to this topic?
Yeah, I just want to say, yes, I think that's a great idea for us to take the lead. I'm not entirely sure what that looks like. I do like us having the QR codes. That was excellent foresight on all of everything we can, and just all of us as in our travels when we're out and about, speaking to the community, speaking to anyone, queer organizations or passersby, just emphasizing the importance of voting and voting rights. I think focusing on it in the Pauhanas is an excellent idea also, and kind of really making that in the forefront of what we're doing at those for the next few months.
Maybe we can create a campaign like Rock the Vote from MTV in the 90s if there's something to do. Well,
yeah.
Think about it. Maybe I can come up with something fun or interesting about.
Yeah. Something for everybody to think about is how do you respond to somebody who goes, oh, I don't do politics. I'm not political. What is your response? Depending on the day you catch me, you're not going to like my response.
Right.
I'm like, you know, that wedding ring you have on your hand, that's political. You know, the fact that what do you call it?
Pockets on your pantsuit.
Oh, yeah. So, and I hear it a lot from cisgender gay men and lesbians. Yeah, it's easy. Yeah, it's easy when your rights aren't the ones under attack to not be political, and that's a lot of heteronormative privilege there, because you get to pass, or you are, even if you're not, you're deemed acceptable. These are the things that we definitely need to, and how we activate people in this time of crisis. And so.
Yeah, and also I cannot help but say, as a healthcare provider who has had lots of training on how not to push people in the opposite direction. There's a lot of data now that I wish I had known when COVID came around. Someone who is, if someone is, if a 10 is they're going to get any vaccine I recommend, a 0 is no vaccines under any circumstances, even if they're going to die tomorrow without it. If someone comes to me at a 4 on the vaccine scale, they're unlikely to get vaccinated. And if I then push them to be vaccinated, they will now be a 3. The harder I push, the further I push them away from vaccination. So always remember, people who have a different ideology than us, just arguing with them, just pushing for my agenda is unlikely to get me there. Instead, if I listen to them and I validate their very real concerns, and I am inquisitive and supportive and generous with them, then maybe I can take them from a 4 to a 5. I'm certainly not going to take them from a 4 to a 10, and the 0s are not even worth talking to. I mean, I can do other things with them other than talk about vaccines. But always remember, I cannot beat somebody over the head with my desire for them to support the community in a different way than what they're already doing. Thanks.
Very good point, Shanda. Thus, fun social media campaigns that are not threatening and make people feel happy.
But fear is such a great motivator.
Actually, what we would need to do is like a lost cause theory, you know, where it's like, oh, we're being persecuted. This is what we need to do, not be persecuted. Very well for Republicans. All right, so our future meeting topics and speakers, we have discussion on inviting government and non-government organizations to present to the commission. We do not have anyone just yet for June, but Michael and I are going to get together in the next couple of days. I'm going to have a couple of ideas that we're going to talk about, see if we can get a couple of people in here.
Did we not have Sandy? Wasn't Kakua Mau gonna come in June? Do I need to reach back out to them?
I was gonna contact them to follow up to make sure they were still coming.
Okay. And you got the suicide prevention people, they're on your radar at least?
Yeah. They'll be coming a little bit later.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
And thank you for bringing up suicide prevention. Just so I'm sorry it didn't make the agenda, but just so everybody is aware, you know how it fell off the agenda. Oh, that Kids Hurt 2 did not get their GIA for the suicide prevention hotline. And on that note, we have gotten confirmed we've lost 10 keiki so far this year to suicide. And it's only May.
And it's just keiki. With that, I would like to have a moment to say that for any of you who knew Francine Beppu, we had her memorial on the 17th. It was inspiring, it was sad, and yet another one great person lost to something that is preventable. So keep that in mind as we're going through the rest of the year, and especially as we're trudging forward in a situation that politically is damaging to a lot of people. So keep that in mind. All right, do we have any public testimony on discussion on inviting in government and non-government organizations to present to the commission? No? All right. We have adjournment. Do I have a motion for adjournment?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Do we have any discussion? How about public testimony on adjourning? Anybody opposed to that? Okay. All right, now we're gonna vote. Do we have any abstentions on leaving? Do we have any no's on leaving? All right, we pass unanimously. We are adjourned. Thank you so much, everyone, for showing up today. And we will see all of you on June 1st for Pride Month. Thank you.
Bye, everybody.